Did you know, it's a little bit of a funny thing, but did you know that love is just like a light bulb? Oh, yeah. Love is just like a light bulb. Hi there. Neil here, the Twisted Light Worker. Love is a funny word. Love is a very funny word. Why do I say that? Because we have the love of our parents. We have the love of our children. We have the love of our partner. We have the love of work. The love of pets. The love of the planet. The love of our home. The love of our country. The love of the town that we're in. Love has many definitions and many aspects to it. But love, deep love, has many powers, has many power levels, has many levels of setting. And the best way to describe it is comparing it to a light bulb. Love is like a light bulb. Most definitely, it's like a light bulb. You see, those who are broken and who are evil, the evil ones, they're filled with hate and rage. They're dark. They are like a broken bulb, a broken spirit, a broken man or woman. And then we have those who have the ability to shine at the level of 2 watts. They're ignorant. I didn't say ignorant as in negative connotation. They just don't know. That's the true meaning of ignorance. They don't know, they don't comprehend, they don't get it. So they can shine at a level of 2 watts. And then we have those that are 25 watt bulbs. They have no compassion whatsoever. They don't hurt anybody. They wander around being good people, but they don't know why. They don't reach out and touch anybody to lift a person's spirits up. So they're shining at about 25 watts. And then we have those who are empty, mindful, caring. They care, but they really don't have any depth to that care. It's kind of superficial. It's just shallow kindness. And I missed the P. And so all the way through this, the empty, mindful caring doesn't look like it. It looks like emoti caring. So, there's humor in the Twisted Light Worker. Then there's those who are duty bound. They love because they feel they must. They're totally duty. Parents who do their due diligence as a good parent, but they're not doing it out of heart. They're doing it out of duty. They feel like they have to. They got their head into it, but they really don't have their heart into it. So they're duty bound. And then there's the ones who are honest and they're caring. A little bit of their heart is being touched and opening up. The honest caring. They're coming from their heart, not from their head. Duty bound is so totally in their head. And those below the 100 watt, they're not even in their head. They're just barely above a broken light. Just barely above a broken. But a 300 watt bulb is honestly caring, and their heart is starting to feel love. They're starting to feel it. So they reach up to becoming a 400 watt. They actually do love. The 400 watters actually do love. Their heart is open to the experience of what love really is. And then there's those who get really deep in that love. Their heart is bursting. So they're running around at a 500 watt bulb. And those who can shine their light even more, they're totally unselfish, totally compassionate love. They're deeply rooted in giving. They give of others in their work, they give of others at home, they give of others just when they're out shopping. They're always unselfish and they're always compassionate, more than kind. They're radiating a joy and a love. But the thousand waters, they take it a step further. What makes a person a 1,000-watt bulb? What makes a person a 1,000-watter? They're starting to feel peace in that love. How do they do that? How do they do that? They've reached the point where they realize that the creative source is actually on the inside of them. And God hath not given a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of sound mind. And metaphysically, love is in every single cell of our body. It's in every feather in every bird. It's in every grain of sand on every beach. It's in the trees. It's in the animals. It's in Earth itself. It's in the universe. It's in the universe, creative source. And going right back, the creative source is inside each and every one of your cells. I've used this diagram many times because it explains it the best way that I know how. The field of the universe, the ether is what the metaphysics call it. Some people now in scientific terms, ether, nous, 0-point energy, it's all creation. It's a field of unlimited potential. And there you are. You're in the middle of that field. You're in the middle of that massive field of potential. And the coolest thing is you have 70 to 100 trillion cells inside your body. And that's inside each and every one of them. Creative source, God, whatever you want to name it, is inside each and every one of them. Those cells in your body, every single cell, has a direct communication to the consciousness of God, which is part of this whole big field of the universe, the ether. It's real. And consciousness is what amplifies that experience. So when you're shining at 1,000 light watts, you've got to that point where you realize that peace within, because your connection to the source is constant. It's constant. I am in the Father, and the Father's in me, and I am in you. That is peace profound. When you are aware of that being in every single cell of your body, you have an absolute peace, because that field of the universe is one big massive field of unlimited potential, and that's inside of you. It's inside of you. And so what happens when, like Jesus says, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, I will be there? What did he mean? He means when 2 or more of us are aware of that peace profound that's inside of us, our light transforms the world. Our light transforms the world. When we're individually going out and you're in a really good mood and you're radiating light and you're feeling the power of joy for living and you feel that peace inside, when you walk into a room and you've got 3 of your friends in that room and they're having an argument and you don't succumb to their low levels of vibrations, because it's all vibrations, it's constant motion. That field of the universe is constantly motion. And when you walk in and you are not allowing yourself to be affected by the negative vibes that they're radiating, guess what? You shift their vibration. Boom. You change the vibrations in the room individually. That's how come the collective meditations with people who know what they're doing, they transform the world. When you shine your light, when you shine that love of God that's inside you, you can't help but feel peace profound. You see, with love, unselfish, compassionate love, you're still making a difference, but you're not shining at the 1,000 watts. The 1,000 watts is when you are in the middle of chaos and you still feel the peace. At 750 watts, you're affected by you are affected by the chaos. But at 1,000 watts, you transform the chaos. And that's where 2 or more are gathered in my name, I will be there. That's collective peace profound. That's collective peace profound. So when a man and woman get together, typically, unfortunately, so many times, the 1,000 watt individual will choose a partner that shines at 50 watts or less, believing that they're going to be able to lift that person up and make them what the potential is inside them, because the potential is inside of everybody. I've said it before, that spark of the divine is in every single human from the North Pole to the South Pole. So we're all capable of shining that 1,000 watts. And the 1,000 watt man or woman, they choose a partner that's below that. So here's what happens. If you have a 50 watt person and they made up with another 50 watt person, when they're together and they're both shining, they double the light in a room. But if you're a 1,000 watt person and you pick up even a 400 watt person as a partner, you don't make a difference. With the 2 of you together, it doesn't make a difference to the light in the room. The 1,000 watt drains, overshadows, overpowers the 400 watt. The 400 watt individual is more than likely in love with love, not the individual, not the partner, not the 1,000 watt partner. They're in love with love. So many people, they choose partners that don't have the capacity to shine with the amount of love that they do. And it's important to find a partner that can shine at the level of love that you're capable of shining. So it's important to realize that to reach that peace profound, that's when you are so tapped into the presence of the divine that's inside you. You're consciously aware of that. And that is who you really are. That is who you really are. That's the most powerful part of it. That's for another video. It's a whole video series that could be. In fact, if you look at my series of putting on the armor of God, I have 7 videos in that series, and they teach the ability to put on the armor of God and increase the light that you carry, so that you can walk into a room and change the vibrations of the room, because you're not affected by anything. You walk in there totally in tune with that power of the divine spirit that's inside each and every one of your cells. You're consciously aware of it. So the collective peace profound happens when, if there's 100,000 people all projecting that 1,000 watts onto the planet, we're shifting the consciousness. And I've watched through this whole awakening process, this whole awakening time, I've watched it happening. The compassion people have is increasing. Protests, the peaceful protests, by and large, they're all remaining peaceful. That couldn't have been done even 5 years ago. Collective consciousness wasn't that tuned in to peace profound yet. And it's still rising. More and more people are learning to be able to shine their light higher than a 500 watt bulb, and they're reaching 750s. And more of them are reaching that 1,000. When they're totally calm and in control of their own thoughts, they know that the awakening's taking place. They know the awakening's taking place, and humanity is on course to create heaven on earth. Oh, we got some weeds to pull, but we're on course. And more people are learning that peace profound, that spark of the divine is inside them. They may not consciously know it, but they're radiating as if they do. And when they hear the words, when they hear the message, like, they start to consciously realize that, guess what? As soon as you consciously are aware of the power of love and the power of peace profound, when you're consciously aware of it, you can crank up the volume. You can crank up and amplify the light that you radiate. You can move yourself from a 400 water right on up to 1,000 water and get together with other 1,000 waters and shine your light collectively. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This great awakening is beautiful. But we're so often blind to the love that is offered from our inner being, that spark of the divine that's in every single cell. We're so often blind to it. So be the person who breaks the cycle. If you were judged, choose understanding. If you were rejected, choose acceptance. If you were shamed, choose compassion. Be the person you needed when you were hurting, not the person who hurt you. Vow to be better than what broke you, to heal instead of becoming bitter, so that you can act from your heart and not from your pain. And to heal is not a wimpy thing. No, to heal is you overpower your weaknesses. That's true healing. I've watched people, in fact, I made a video about healing, so rather than talk about it, I'll put that video link in the bottom below. And too many people believe that healing is the most important thing. No, overpower your weaknesses. That is healing. And when you start to shine your light, you'll find freedom, sovereignty. That's what we're all after. That's what the Great Awakening is all about. It's happening on every level of society, and it's happening in every individual, whether they're aware of it or not, because our collective consciousness is rising so that more and more people are shining the light at 1,000 watts. So march to your own drumbeat. Care less without becoming careless. Accept yourself and others without judgment. Awaken to your possibilities. The field of the universe, the ether, is one big massive field of unlimited, literally unlimited potential. So when the woman gets to that point, and she'll make broken look beautiful and strong look invincible. She walked with the universe on her shoulders and made it look like a pair of wings. I made that graphic specific to female, but it's the exact same message to the men. The masculine is the exact same message. So, as the consciousness of humanity is lifted, more people are tapped into the peace profound. And the protests that we've all witnessed this last 2 years, the peaceful protests have amplified the power of love, have amplified that power of love to the point where it is peace profound. And it's obvious that when 2 or more people are together shining at 1,000 lights, it's just like the football stadium that's absolutely filled with the lights. Bright, everybody can see. On a night with a new moon, everybody can see on that football field. That is the collective consciousness that's taking place. Humanity is becoming aware that we are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of us. That's the most important part. Because when we're aware that the universe is part of us, we shift from our head to our heart. And we're going to move the planet forward to peace on earth from our heart. We'll feel it, we'll know where we're going, and then we'll use our head to create the strategies in order to get there. collective consciousness rising first. People are learning to shine at 1,000 watts. They're learning the difference between massive love that's still a little bit in the heart to total peace profound, where love is totally automatic. Love is automatic. So, we are vibrational beings in a field of vibrations that expands through countless dimensions of time and space. That field of the universe is an unlimited field of potential. There's an infinite number of infinities inside infinity. So our being expands far beyond the limitations of our sentient form. And the empath's challenge is not to cower to the noise they feel, but rather to rise above it and transmute it. That means building personal power, power with compassion. Again, that series of putting on the armor of God, how to shine your light even brighter. And men and women, masculine energy and the female energy. We've been dominated and controlled by the male energy. And then the evil ones twisted it around and they tried to make men more feminine, more female. But that's not what we want. We want men to be men. We want women to be women. They both have their place. And the unique thing is men and women both have the energies of the male energy and the female energy inside us. And then the male energy, the intuition increases so that they know how to take care of things that are necessary in the world. And the female, their intuition is caring, reaching out to uplift the broken. And that is evident, absolutely evident everywhere. More men are starting to be intuitive. And the ones who don't go power hungry and go back down into a 100-watt light bulb, the ones who don't go power hungry, they lift themselves up to 1,000 watts and they radiate that light, the masculine light, at 1,000 watts. And the females raise their capacity to shine at 1,000 watts of carrying, and they won't break down a male. And the two of us, men and women, when two people get together and they make love and they are both radiating at 1,000 watts, guess what? It's a return to the sacred. See, the 2-watt bulbs and the 100-watt bulbs, when they make love, it's almost like an animal. It's power hungry, lust. But when people make love, truly make love, and they're in that 1,000-watt mode, yeah, sacred. We're returning to the sacred. We are returning to the sacred. I hope this gives you a little bit of a perspective of how love is like a light bulb. And consciously you can work on eliminating your fears. These fears come from the low levels, the 2 watts, the ones who are broken. That's where the fear comes from. But the power of light is so much more than any amount of darkness could ever be. For darkness is nothing but the absence of light. And when we shine light in the darkest corners of the planet, and we expose the human trafficking, we expose the corruption in our courts, we expose the corruption in our businesses and our voting and the government, when we expose all of that, We're shining light on the weeds of the Garden of Eden. And when we get to pulling those weeds out in our own backyard, we start off by pulling the weeds out of our own spirit, because we all have things that we can improve on. But when we get to that point where we're shining 1,000 watts, it doesn't matter how many weeds we see around us, we still feel that peace profound. That is 1,000 watt. That's 1,000 watt bulb. So compassion is deep awareness of the suffering of another, accompanied by the wish to relieve it. Lady Di showed the world that even in a position of power, compassion is not only possible, but it is beauty in motion. Seers, healers, shamans, and all the light workers of the world, don't you see? We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Shine bright. It's our time. Awaken the master within. See, the strong ones often appear ruthless because they refuse to succumb to the emotions of another. Their strength may be seen by one who is less disciplined or emotionally weaker as arrogance, excessive pride, or narrow-mindedness. Compassion, though, is gentle, yet even still a compassionate, strong one will be misunderstood by those who project their own weakness or sentimentality upon such a stronger person. The kind of strength I'm referring to is the making of a light warrior. The making of a light warrior. And there's more and more of us, men and women, who are raising our capacity to amplify the love and light that we can radiate. We're tapping into that spark of the divinity that's in every single one of ourselves, and we're shining bright. We're changing the world. It's happening. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing time. Light is winning, and there's nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop what is coming. So I hope this gives you a new perspective on the power of the divine, the power of light that's available for each and every one of us to shine. I am in the Father, and the Father's in me, and I am in you. Metaphysically, you're in the middle of that massive field of unlimited potential. That makes you an unlimited potential being. Unlimited. That makes you a being with unlimited potential. Yeah. So I encourage you to shine your light bright as 1,000 watt, knowing that there are other 1,000 watters, even if they're not around you, knowing that other 1,000 watters are shining their light on the planet. Consciousness of humanity is all being lifted. These are amazing, beautiful times. Shine bright, my friend. Shine bright. And a big thank you to all those who have bought me a coffee. I have the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. And now you really see why I end all my videos the same. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I wish you peace. Profound. I wish you peace. Profound.